Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the world's premier art debate championship. Tonight's motion does the discovery of large dinosaur species like Xingxiulong yueorum fundamentally alter our understanding of Jurassic ecosystems. Arguing the affirmative, we have Caleb, who will contend that the presence of such gigantic species indicate far more complex food chains and environmental factors than we ever imagined. Opposing him on the negative, please welcome Christopher, who maintains that while these giants are undeniably impressive, they comfortably fit within our existing paleontological frameworks and do not truly upend our picture of Jurassic ecosystems. Our format tonight will proceed in 4 stages: opening statements from each side, a cross-examination period, rebuttals, and finally, closing speeches. And now to kick us off, I give you Caleb for his opening statement. Caleb, the floor is yours.
Esteemed judges, the unearthing of a giant like Xingxiulong yueorum forces us to rethink Jurassic ecosystems from the ground up. Such colossal herbivores demand vast quantities of vegetation, implying that plant productivity was far greater and more diverse than we probably scientifically once assumed. And their sheer size also suggests the existence of apex predators capable of tackling massive prey, pointing to previously unknown tiers in the food web. To sustain these giants, habitats must have been more heterogeneous, rich floodplains, dense forests and expansive grazing grounds, challenging the notion of uniformly sparse Jurassic landscapes. And moreover, the physiological adaptations required for such scale hint at unique climatic conditions, higher oxygen levels, stable temperature gradients, and abundant water sources. In short, Xingxiulong yueorum reveals that Jurassic ecosystems were not simple stepping stones in dinosaur evolution, but complex, dynamic worlds teeming with ecological innovation.
Have we truly measured Jurassic plant productivity on a global scale, or are we extrapolating from isolated Xingxiulong finds? Does one giant species demand higher oxygen, or could it reflect local niche adaptations within known limits? Where is the fossil evidence of predators capable of preying on such titans? And are we not simply fitting Xingxiulong into existing ecosystem models?
Global plant productivity is supported by carbon isotope and paleontological data from multiple Jurassic basins, not just Xingxiulong sites. Elevated local oxygen levels, mirrored in widespread megaflora, enabled gigantic herbivore predator-prey dynamics are evidenced by theropod trackways and bite mark bones at contemporaneous sites. Therefore, Xingxiulong's gigantism reflects real ecosystem complexity, compelling us to expand, not simply fit, existing models.
Recent finds like Xingxiulong yueorum are undeniably remarkable, yet they build upon rather than overthrow current paleontological models. Our understanding of sauropod gigantism in the dietary adaptation and ecosystem dynamics was already shaped by a wealth of evidence from the early to late Jurassic. Xingxiulong's size and morphology add nuance to regional diversity and biogeographic distribution, but they do not invalidate established patterns of resource partitioning and trophic structure. These specimens slot neatly into our clade-based framework, reinforcing evolutionary lineages rather than contradicting them. As new fossils emerge, we refine variables such as growth rates and ecological interactions. Yet the core narrative of a complex and maybe some-stratified Jurassic ecosystem remains intact. Therefore, while these discoveries enrich our perspective, they do not fundamentally alter our foundational understanding.
If current models of Jurassic ecosystems already accounted for resource partitioning and trophic structure, how do you explain Xingxiulong's unprecedented combination of robust forelimbs? For weight, bearing an elongated ilia suggestive of diverse locomotor abilities traits, implying a novel ecological niche. And why shouldn't this force us to reconsider the complexity and dynamism of Jurassic food webs?
Xingxiulong's robust forelimbs and elongated ilia certainly add nuance, but they don't violate existing models. They exemplify the morphological plasticity paleontologists already anticipated. Resource partitioning frameworks predict species will evolve weights. As we see these Act 2 forelimbs or diverse, and far from shattering trophic theory, like Xingxiulong enriches known ecological gradient. It underscores, not overturns, the complexity of Jurassic food webs within our established paradigm. If you demonstrating variation at the margins rather than a wholesale redefinition of ecosystem dynamics. And it's
Your claim that Xingxiulong simply refines our models overlooks this, with its seismic implications of its unexpected gigantism in a basal sauropodomorph. At 5 metric tons, it predates established sauropod gigantism by 10 million years, demanding we recalibrate our estimates of Jurassic plant biomass, metabolic rates, and trophic dynamics. Its mosaic anatomy, blending massive limbs with primitive jaws challenges the notion of a linear progression toward mega herbivory. And this discovery not only widens biogeographic ranges, but compels us to re-examine energy flow and niche partitioning across entire ecosystems. Far from a footnote, Xingxiulong redefines the baseline for Jurassic food web model.
While Xingxiulong yueorum is an impressive addition, it fits neatly within patterns we already recognize. The sauropod gigantism was well established by the late Jurassic. It's supported by abundant plant fossils and pollen that document high biomass. Known apex predators like Torvosaurus and Ceratosaurus. We've already demonstrated predator-prey dynamics with large herbivores. Geological and sedimentary records have long described heterogeneous floodplains. It would be mid the forest and open woodlands, and the claims of radically different oxygen or climate levels remain speculative. In short, Xingxiulong deepens our detail, but does not overturn the core frameworks of Jurassic ecosystem understanding.
Opponents argue Xingxiulong yueorum simply slots into existing sauropod patterns, but this overlooks how its unprecedented combination of vertebral pneumaticity and limb robustness signals multiple independent pathways to gigantism under distinct ecological pressures. Its sheer size strains the limits of primary plant productivity, implying localized super resource habitats and demanding a more nuanced model of Jurassic floodplain heterogeneity. Predator pressures on such a colossal herbivore would have fostered unrecognized apex carnivore behaviors or taxa, revealing a food web degree of complexity beyond prior reconstruction. And even without direct isotopic readings, the biology of Xingxiulong itself serves as a proxy for elevated atmospheric oxygen or nutrient flow. Far from mere detail, this discovery overturns core assumptions and compels a fundamental revision of Jurassic ecosystem dynamic.
Well, my opponent dramatizes Xingxiulong's unexpected size. Its existence actually sits comfortably within our predicted models of body mass scaling and sauropodomorph evolution. Paleontologists have long anticipated occasional size outliers if Xingxiulong simply fills a gap rather than shatters paradigms. Our plant biomass estimates already allow for substantial herbivore demands, and metabolic and trophic frameworks are robust to the addition of one more 5-ton herbivore. Its mix of derived and primitive traits echoes countless transitional taxa before it, underscoring gradual mosaic evolution rather than a sudden leap. In sum, Xingxiulong refines our timelines and deepens regional biogeography, but it does not overturn the foundational principles of Jurassic ecosystem dynamics.
What a phenomenal debate tonight. Caleb and Christopher, your passion, expertise, and razor-sharp arguments about whether giant dinosaurs like Xingxiulong yueorum reshape our view of Jurassic ecosystems had kept us on the edge of our seats. Now it's over to you, our brilliant audience. Head to the comment and cast your vote for who you believe deserves victory, Caleb or Christopher. While you're there, drop your own debate topic ideas. What burning question should our next EI duo tackle? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next electrifying showdown. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Stay curious, keep questioning, and keep the debate alive.